Hello, everybody, and welcome to I can't believe it is the 25th of July. It is our last call in July, and I'm so excited because whenever we're coming to a fresh month, it's also a fresh opportunity to make sure that we have a good plan for our fitness. Going into August is a big month, and tonight's mastermind is about figuring out how we're going to make it work and make it work well for us in the big differences and shifts that we feel definitely over the summer and in August in particular. So, Ayala, you want to get started? Talk about,
Yes.
you've had a lot of vacations, you've had a lot of wonderful things, and
Right.
something that really has worked for you and something you would want better.
Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of like a little rewind or just go off path a little before we get to that, because I always feel like I love starting our calls, even though there's no specific topic. I mean, there's the topic of fitness, which is what this monthly call is about when we say it's it's a bod call. But I had seen something today that I needed to share with you. Ora actually shared, like pointed it out to me because somebody shared it on Instagram, and it was so, so powerful. Okay, so I'm going to read it. There's people say all the time, I die for my children. Okay, but would you live for them? Actually live? Would you make better choices? Take better care of yourself, both physically and mentally? Your kids don't need you to die for them. They need you to live. And so that just hit me very powerfully, because of course, like we all know, it's just like slang or saying like, oh my God, it just means I love them so much I would die for them. But it's one of those things, just like when we talk about, you know, as mothers, we need to give up the idea of being a martyr, and be more of a model. I think it's the same kind of idea. We so easily just throw that out. Oh my God, I would die for my kids. But that's the whole point. Just like you're not supposed to be selfless. That's not the aim we're supposed to get. We're supposed to be, gearing towards. We don't want to lose ourselves. Would that be the life we want for our children? So I think fitness plays such a huge role in that in so many aspects. And what we have with BOD, all the opportunities, all the possibilities, all the different programs, the different amounts of, pick a program that's different days, find something that brings you joy, different levels of intensity, different kinds of trainers, the new things that are coming out, their innovation. All these kinds of things, I think, are the bottom line is to help us live and show ourselves and our future generations how to really live. And I think it's so important as women, even if you're not a mother or not. Like if I think back to my parents weren't necessarily into these kinds of things. I think that's why this really spoke to me, because yes, it's slang. Oh my God, I would die for them, And I don't know about you, but I always go very dark and think about like Holocaust stuff. So that's very hard for me. Like, oh my God, mothers that had to make a choice or choose or this or give them. Anyway, that's the dark place that I go to, and it's very scary sometimes. And then I like rush out of it. But that's the thing. I think it seems so like I would die for my kids, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Thank God we're all here. You're on this call. We're all alive. So how can we show our kids that we live for them, and how can we show ourselves? So that being said, like Lily said, this is a mastermind call. I think we all have something to contribute. The summer, I know at the end of the school year, sometimes we're all like, oh my God, I can't wait for the summer and lack of routine, and we're gonna have so much time. I don't know about any of you. I don't think I've ever been busier. And I think this happens every summer, pretty sure. Somehow this summer, I'm like, I don't have a second to breathe. Like there's just so much going on. But what I've been loving is whether I was on a short vacation or my day filled with things that I have to be doing for the kids or camps or this or all this kind of stuff, was my consistency with living for myself was, of course, I'm doing my workout. It helps me feel alive. And it's not, this is what's so important before we open it up with the idea of fitness. Okay. A lot of people say, and this is where I want us all to think about where it plays a role in our life, because I want to ask people, are they getting it in? What's like when Lily says what's working, what's not working? Like, what's the struggle? Are you not getting it in but want to? Why not? And I think very often when it comes to our health and fitness, and especially exercise, we think about like, we all have this plate, right? And we have all these things piling up on our plate. And then somebody says to you, okay, you should really add in exercise to your life. And you're like, there's no room. What am I like? I'm going to have to take something else off, right? How am I going to fit it on my plate? So what I want to propose is fitness and health is not another thing we're adding onto our plate. Fitness and health is here. Fitness and health is holding up the plate. That is what, when they say you need to fill your cup first so that you can then overflow and give to others, that's what this is, our fitness and having exercise as part of our life. That whole idea, and you've heard us all say it, we don't have to work out, we get to, because we get to be more secure, more rooted down with ourselves to then handle all those things on our plate. So I want you guys to think about that, whoever is not getting into fitness the way they want to be getting it in, or if you have any questions now, I'd love to know what workouts you're doing. If you're just picking one here and there, or if you're at a, doing a specific program, and what that then means to you, or what you want to be doing, and anything and everything about, about fitness in your, in your life, and how it plays a part. So I'm going to get off my, my little soapbox there, but it was just so many things that were running through my head when it came to fitness as part of our life. Okay, so
I thought that was great. Guys, who wants to go first? When we're looking tonight for in a mastermind, you typically want to say one thing that's really working for you, and then one thing you want everybody's help on so that they can all learn from what you're doing that works. And then you want to ask for everybody's help on, there's this thing and I know I should do it, or I want to do it, I'm not sure. Like, we want to get out of how, because if we really just focus on the thing we want, the how will work itself out. So figure out what it is you want right now out of your, like, just say it out loud. Like, what do you want from your exercise routine?
Okay, so I'm happy to go first. Growing up, I was never into exercise at all, like beyond, never my thing. I was always last to be picked, just wasn't my thing. Anyway, I got into Beachbody a few years ago. I have to say, over Corona, the working out has definitely saved my mental health. And when Ayelet's talking about like fitting it in and things like that, like, I totally agree with you that it is not something that I add to my plate. It's already on my plate and everything else has to work around it. Pre-Corona, I would get up earlier, like I'd get up at 6:15 and do my workout before my kids got up. Corona, obviously, kids are around, whatever. It just works out, but it's the first, I don't do anything until I've worked out and then I can have breakfast. But what I am finding now is that the last program that I did was off the wall, whatever it's called, 9-week control freak. But I didn't get the stuff, so I did it off the wall. And Autumn, as great as she is, because off the wall, it's the same program in terms of for 3 weeks, it's the same program straight, because there's no, so I have to say I did get bored of it. And I didn't finish the whole 9 weeks. And I'm looking for something. I'm not the greatest fan of cardio. I will do it, but I'm not the greatest fan. What I'm looking for now is where to go next. I know that Shaun T's thing comes out to general in the end of August, which is definitely a possibility. I definitely give it a go. But I'm looking for my next program.
Okay, so I'd love to say a few things. First of all, I love how much, and I know from you personally, how much the exercise and the fitness saves your mental health and just puts structure to your day. It's so funny because I had a lot of the same feelings originally with 9-week control freak off the wall. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be doing the same thing. Of course, then I said to myself, we got so spoiled with all these live workouts because that's what programs used to be.
I totally agree.
The original 21-day fix was you did the same thing for 3 weeks. So 9-week control freak off the wall is basically like 3 different 21-day fixes. Right. And then just when you're really bored, you have a new week, and then you can keep on comparing to it. But
And
that's
most of it's good. And most of it is good. It's just some of it, like,
Right.
you just want to smack your head against the wall.
right. Okay. Because then you hear the same jokes and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So phase two, yes, phase two of Off the Wall felt much slower. Just like phase two
Yeah.
of 80-Day Obsession also felt like you were slugging through mud, a little bit. I have to say, I thought 9-week control freak with the equipment, okay, it'll be cool, and there's the equipment. I'm obsessed. I like look forward even to like DCTT days where I know I'm going to be, my tush has not stopped hurting me for 3 weeks. It's just incredible what this little bit of equipment does. Like, it's insane. I absolutely love it, which is the only reason why I have not started 645 yet, because I am finishing 9-week control freak, and then I will start 645. That being said, so when you say you don't like cardio, right? Oh, Lily's doing 645, and she said, I've been hearing only amazing things about 645.
But how do you fit in 45 minutes? I can fit in half an hour. I can probably fit in 35 minutes. But 45 minutes, 6 days a week. I mean, and I work out 6 days a week, but 45 minutes is like that extra.
Okay, so Lily just wrote, so if you have Nutrition Plus, there's a week of 630 where he gets you, so where he does the same thing, it's the same structure, and it's 30 minutes. It's 630 instead of 45. I would say with the 45-minute thing, I'm gonna just call you out on that. And it's one of those things. It's another, you said you can do 30, 35. This includes the warm-up and it's the cool down, and you can make it work when you want, if you want to make it work. It means who can't wake up 10 more minutes or move 10 minutes faster or something. It's very often just this block we have in our head, with like, no, I mean, and we've been spoiled because there's so many programs that are 30 minutes and you're in and out, and it's all about efficiency. The beauty of 645 is, yes, it's efficient. It's also incredible for your body in every way. Okay. It's right. So what would you answer like Lily's question? Like you said, you don't like cardio. What do you love in a workout program? Because I find when you're loving something, then a few extra minutes here and there, like
I don't mind the DCTT days in terms of like things like that, when you've got a list of things that you're supposed to do and you're supposed to do reps in a certain time. I didn't mind that. I don't mind weights. I don't mind being challenged. I don't like, when you've got to do 30 reps in 30 seconds, like things like that. I enjoy that kind of challenge.
You like the mix. You don't want to do a program that's all like,
yeah, totally.
Jumping jacks, like not like a Transform 20, which actually very much feels like an all cardio all the time, even though it's only 19 minutes, 20 minutes. So look, 645, I haven't done the program, but it's warm up for like, right, Lily, you can say more on this, like it's 10 minutes of warming up, something like that. I think the work itself in the middle of it is
12 to 14 minutes. First 7 to 10 minutes is mobility training. Then there's 4 minutes of activation where he turns on all your muscles. Then you like lift weights for like 12 to 14 minutes. And then he cools you off, and there's only cardio 1 day a week.
Right. So it happens to be, he's all about functional
minutes of cardio.
So he's all about functional training and what is best for your body so that you can keep on doing what you wanna be doing. And he made this program. Yes, he'll do some of the things with you. You need weights, and he has these special bands that are not like the rubbery bands that Autumn used previously. These are thicker, more fabric, and you might be able to get similar ones here. You're using the 80-day bands. Oh, good. I think
you can actually get regular bands here. The fabric bands, you can get them here.
And I ordered the other bands, but like Lori told me, our coach who was in the test group for the program, a lot of people didn't get their bands near till the end of the program and use the 80-day bands, and you feel
80-day bands or anything else. It's really about like that activation. So I really think there's something there. So much of it is opening up your mind. You want to think about shorter, like Han, I can't remember if you've done MBF.
I was wondering about MBF.
You've done MBF, so that
Yeah,
was
I
also
did
like,
MBF. I did MBFA. I think I preferred MBF to MBFA.
Me too.
yeah, me too, me three. So there are many different kinds of things.
I'll have a look at 6:30. I can't remember if I've got nutrition or not, but I plan to sign up if I hadn't anyway. So
6:30 is
so
only 7 workouts. So just, you want to look at it to decide if it's worth it. The only thing I'll say about the 45 minutes, I was skeptical. But sometimes the 30-minute ones lie, and it's like 38. It's like in the 30 realm. He's really
MBF used to do that. MBF used to say it was something, and it was always longer. Or MBFA,
He's really 45. Like it's 40, but it's really done in 40.
Even with 9-week control freak, by the time you finish cooling down, it'll be 34 minutes, or or even the 18-minute Tabata. It's 18 minutes of work, but it's 4 minutes of warming up and then cooling down also. So again, but this, some programs really do stick to an exact time. So I think it's definitely worth it.
What about you guys? Jessica, Becky, you guys have done a lot of programs.
Well, Jessica, I don't know if you're like with the baby or what's going on with you, Jessica, but Jessica she started 21-day fix real time. So if she can pop on at some point, but Becky, I know you were like kind of talking about, working out and stuff like that on the last call. So how's that,
Sure. I mean, in terms of workouts, have you tried MM100? I don't know if that's your style or not, but it feels like
I think I tried the first week. Like they do a trial of it, and it's the coordination side of it literally killed me.
Okay. So I love the coordination. That's my only tip. I don't want to steal the floor about my own workout woes.
No, of course steal the floor about your own workout.
I think Hannah, you walked away with some good ideas. Please, Becky, that's what we're here for. What's one thing, first of all, that's working for you? So Hannah shared getting up early in the morning to do her workout first thing. What's one thing that works?
Okay, one thing that works is to know what program I'm doing. But like, I think whenever I have long breaks and then I have to go back into it, I think there was a time when I was like, oh, what should I do? What should I do? And Lily, at some point you were like, just pick up on whatever one you left off in MM100 and like, you don't have to start from the beginning again or anything. So I think when I've had a lot of long breaks, when I've had these long breaks, when I'm ready to like jump back in, I've been able to just like know, okay, I'm only up to number 60. I can keep going and know what to jump into.
I think that's amazing, like knowing what you want to jump into. And also what Lily had said in the last call, if you're feeling like, oh, I've been out of it for so long or something like that, like have your go-to one that you love, that you can do it even without thinking, kind of like on autopilot. It's one of those things, if you're feeling it starts consuming you more, you start thinking like, oh my God, I fell out of a habit. It was so hard. How am I going to get back into it? It's one of those things where don't wait for the mindset. Don't wait for the motivation. Just do. And then you'll be like, oh yeah, I like this.
Yeah, no, and I heard Lily say that in the last call. And I think that also helped me decide I don't have to go, like if I feel like doing the flow one right now is like what I need to get back into it, or doing the like abs one is what I need, then like, okay, I'll go a few days forward and then I'll just catch up. Definitely thought about that as well.
So what's challenging you now?
My problem is I'm not exercising. I guess I'll say two things. On some recent call, people were talking about, the scale and how your body looks and how their bodies look much better, even though the number hasn't budged. And I, like Dafka, kind of feel the opposite. Like I've been at this weight before in my life in high school and college, and I was way more in shape then. I mean, I was playing basketball all the time. I was running like my 150 then was like 2 sizes smaller than my 150 now. And I feel like I am not at all in
But
the
you've had
physical
kids
shape
and
that I
you're
want to be.
totally different shape.
Yeah, but you can always, like, kids are an excuse,
But
and that's
it's
not
because she's
like,
It's not an
working out
excuse. Your body totally changes once you've had kids and
And I
age.
think, yeah, I think
Okay,
you're
but
also,
even
I think you're also reaffirming though what other people were saying. Like you were saying when you were this size younger, you were so active, you were 2 sizes smaller. So
I'll go in a different direction. Ayelet and I just had a conversation a few weeks ago about both of us at our heavier weights, both being, I was overweight. I played volleyball for all years. I was much bigger. I was a younger human being. We pushed ourselves differently. Our bodies were different. We now have to get comfortable with who we are as, if we're mothers, if we're people who have had children. You need to get to know the body you have now and what its capabilities are. My 17-year-old overweight body was a beast on the floor. It didn't mean I was healthy. I may have been able to push and go and run, and I don't want to say in shape, but was able to sustain that kind of activity because I was 17 and dumb. You know, I loved it and I would do it. No one told me differently. Getting to know my body again later on, I have to relearn my capabilities and how much I'm able to do. But it isn't the same body. It isn't the same expectation.
right, this is all very good, positive self-talk, but at the end of the day, I'm not exercising at the like frequency that I would like to be.
okay, so that's amazing. So you want to be doing it more.
Yeah.
I want to be doing more because every time I exercise, I'm like, oh, why don't I do this every day?
Okay,
And
so why
then I don't do it
why
every
don't
day.
you?
So I'm
Where's the
having,
hole?
what'd you say?
Where's the gap?
I'm not consistent in when I do it, and I'm having trouble like committing to, okay, I'm gonna do it in the morning, I'm gonna do it at the night, I'm gonna do it at the lunch break. And like none of them are, there is no perfect time, and none of them are like quite working out on a regular basis. So I think I haven't like made the commitment to do it X number of days a week or at whatever time. So I keep on like every now and then doing it for a few days and then stopping for a few weeks and then doing it for a few days and like just never committing.
So I think that goes back to the beginning, as opposed to it's another thing that we have to figure out where to be putting on our plate. Like Hannah said, she would get up at 6, whatever, and work out. Now with Corona schedules later, but the thing that stayed is this happens first. Before breakfast, before other things, this happens first. It's like one of those things, you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth. Now you might wake up at a different time, but you're brushing your teeth. You're not saying, oh, today I'll brush my teeth when I have a break later. So you need to find this is when it's going to happen. And then that's how you start building the consistency. Sometimes you gotta act first and you have to make the decision first, knowing that, you know, like Autumn always says, you can't put in half the effort, but expect the full result. You know, half the effort is half the result.
But what I love that you said, and what Becky, what sounded like what you said, and I could be totally off, but what I was getting from you is that you want it, but like you haven't committed. So like and there's no perfect time. So of the times that you see in your day, what do you have the most commitment around? Like, because it's just about when here you have all these people. We'll help you figure out how, but choose anytime. Choose. It's either at a break because you're working in August. It's before bed at some point, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are in the universe, before bed you work out. Or it's like many of us end up, it's not that we're morning people like unicorns, but it's the only time of the day that no matter what happens, we can always shift our wake up a teeny bit earlier, even if life is gonna be hectic. Like I know, Yoni, you get up sometime between 4:45 and 5:30, depending on what demands of you. So like, how does the morning work for you? Because I know you're somebody like Becky who works at night, who is
so what I was going to say was, I wasn't working out at all. At the beginning of my journey, I wasn't working out at all. I felt like I needed to lose more of me so that I could move more easily. But then I decided I needed to do something. So I made the commitment, literally saying 3 days a week, I'm going to get up. Sunday, for me, okay, Israel's a work, Sunday's a work day. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, I'm going to get up. Within the first round, by week 2, it was Sunday, because I couldn't understand, why would I not get up Monday, Wednesday? And I don't know why, because that's not my personality to do that in a certain way. I committed to Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. I'm just going to do that for a few weeks. I'm going to only commit to those days. That's going to be it. And I'll bring some movement in. And I did Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then I got back to Sunday, and all of a sudden I woke up Monday morning. My alarm wasn't set. There was something about, okay, I guess I committed to this. Now for me, just getting up and walking, I don't know if I was talking myself out of it, that this wasn't about fitness. And it's still to this day, it is clearing my mind in the morning. I love starting my day with the birds. No one's telling you to get up at, be out by 5 a.m. But there is something about no one screaming Ema and nobody nudging me and nobody bothering me. And I start my day with a different type of just energy where I have a brain drain in the morning. You can think about what you want, how you want, or nothing, or music, or a podcast. But choosing even 2 days, like Becky, could you choose 2 mornings in a week to say, I'm going for the next few weeks, going to just get up 2 mornings in a week? That's what I'm going to do for now. That's what I'm going to commit to.
I am willing to try that. I do not
Awesome.
currently set an alarm clock. Whenever my children wake me up, that's the time that I wake up.
That is the first step.
I think what the part that also Yoni, I think you got so used to saying it also that maybe you didn't mention it now, which is even more important, is that it also started with needing sleep. The bigger thing
I didn't wake up in the
waking
morning.
up early
None of
and
this
say
is
I'm
fitness.
committing is you are then also committing to go to sleep at a certain time so that you can keep your morning commitment. Now we all know
I was
what
a
it
3
is.
hour a night sleep person.
Right.
That's not healthy.
We all know what it is to procrastinate or feel like we're rewarding ourselves with scrolling and staying up late, or we think that's finally our alone time. Nobody's asking anything of me and all that kind of stuff, but we're really just delaying what our body actually needs, right? And that it was so important. I sent to my group, Rena and Chano's, I sent a really short podcast, and it was all about like, am I willing? Like the baby step, okay? You can't think about this as this enormous step. The baby step is, am I willing? So right now, what Yoni's asking of you, Becky, is, am I willing to commit to 2 mornings a week to set an alarm clock without waiting for that? Like, that seems manageable.
And
are you a late to bed person, Becky?
What?
Wait, Becky, are you a late to bed person? Are you a late to bed person?
I need to sleep like 7 hours a night, so I make that happen.
I'm jealous.
Like, what? One way I don't function otherwise. So I'm usually in bed by like 11, and then I wake up at like 6:30, 7.
So there is something that I would add to that. Like, I found that for me, the leverage to get consistent with setting an alarm is that the thing I'm going to do when I wake up has to be more pleasurable than staying in bed. So you need to you love getting outside to walk. So again, even
hold on. Now I do. It wasn't. I'm not going to pretend it was easy at the beginning, but
you
now I do.
it, and then it got more and more and more enjoyable. So if you're going to,
I would be out if it was -1 at this point. Like,
but that was
when
once
it was discussed.
You got there because you enjoy the identity of it. So like when I wanted to get back into my 5 a.m. routine from like a 6:30 routine, it really took me like upping how much I enjoyed my morning routine. Like, I got a new mug, I like a better brand of coffee, like my bar cards. Like, I really like set my stage so that literally I've been like packing the move and the renovation. I've been getting 5 hours of sleep, and anybody who knows me knows I'm a 7+ hour person, but I haven't missed a wake up because the only person who misses out then is me. Like, nobody else cares if I don't get up. I'm the only one who misses out on like my only like special, awesome time of the day. That's like the hand and the wrist and the arm and the elbow and the chest muscles that hold up that plate. The plate would have fallen on the floor and crashed 2 months ago without the morning routine. So I would say when you're going to decide what workout you're going to do, maybe morning meltdown is your go back to workout, but maybe you need something like, I know you like to run, maybe you start walking, maybe you do the running program, which is free in BOD, and you do something that really challenges you, that gets you up and out, and you live it in beautiful Netanya, like make it happen.
And then tell us about it when you do in the group.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
Rena,
challenge accepted.
Yeah, now you just have to. No, but you will, not like I have to, now you will.
Yeah, no, I said challenge accepted.
Oh, challenge accepted. I mean, now I just have to.
Rena, I think you're up, or Jessica.
Right, Rena or Jessica. Well, Jessica, I think, keeps having to run. Jessica looks like she just worked out.
I did. Now I'm on maternity leave, so I've been trying to do my morning routine and loving it. And I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen when I go back to work, because I think I'm just going to have to, I mean, right now my baby's waking up at 5 anyway, but I think I'm going to have to wake up at 5 and just get out of bed and start exercising. But like you said, I'm doing the 21 day fixed real time, and I'm loving it. But I'm realizing that I'm a person of routine, and I get a little obsessed. Like it was very hard that on Motzei Shabbat and Tisha B'Av, I couldn't do it. Like I had 2 days that I'm like, okay, but now I'm off the day. She keeps saying good, like, hey, Monday, everyone. I'm like, it's not Monday. And it really upsets me. So I think I have to like find that balance between like being realistic with my life and continuing to do it. But I think I'm loving the fact that I know every single day what workout I'm going to do. Like I know tomorrow, and I check and I like, okay, I have my schedule. I know what to do. And I really feel like my day is missing something without exercising. And I also feel like for my mental health that I really need it. But then again, and then she says things like, okay, we're halfway done with the program, and that makes me anxious. I'm like, well, now I have to pick a new program. I'm happy with this one. I don't want to do it again. But
So first of all, you could do it again. Remember, so you did Let's Get Up, and then you were terrified about the intermediate calendar and how much you surprised yourself being able to do some of those T25. So there's a 21 day fix again. Right. And then there's also 21 day fix extreme real time.
Right. And someone actually said, knowing that you have like a go-to one. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, Let's Get Up intermediate, or even I would try potentially advanced at some point, is totally like, if I don't know what to do next, I would be happy to go back to that. And it's just really nice to have those things that one of the things though I will complain about is that I hate that there's so many programs that you have to buy equipment for. Like,
I think for everyone that there's equipment needed.
So I use this to close it.
Okay, so I think for everything that there is equipment for, there's also a counterpart that's no equipment. And at the end of the day, it is
for the ones that are that I can't get
no equipment, and some things aren't. You don't need to get through them. Some things are available. Like some people will be like, well, it's not fair. You're expecting me to work out with weights. Yeah, sometimes. The whole point is that this is like a home gym. If you go to a gym, you expect there to be weights there. Right? That's how I pick hotel gyms. Like I won't go to a hotel if there are no weights in their gym. So, I mean, what I love about all this and so many things that we have said, I love that so many people brought up with how much it adds to their life mentally, the fitness aspects. Like, Jessica and I spoke about when we first started talking about re-identifying ourselves and, and who we are, and you would never think, and you keep on saying, well, I could never. And I think that's the beauty of everything that BOD gives us. Is we get to pick and choose. There are so many things available out there for us, but we're doing it, to go back to how we started this call, we're doing it to live. It infuses life in us and gives us the ability to keep on giving to all those around us. So,
Rena, I'm so sorry that we missed you. Do you want to put
we didn't get to hear what Rena had to say. Next time.
I just wanted to say that I'm trying. One of my daughters is involved in, which we're doing Let's Get Up now, and because I got her involved, so like we push each other. So if you get someone else involved with you, then it also helps with the consistency.
That's a great way to close us out. 100%. It